Welcome to Pull the Pin Already Boot Camp. I'm your host, Jim. With me, as usual, is Mike. And our special guest today is Matt.
What's going on?
Hey, you doing all right, Matt?
Yeah, doing good, Mike. How about you?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, man. Hanging in there. Got to work with this guy, so I got to go see a doctor later on. Hey, glad you could join us for the show, man.
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you both.
All right. Y'all ready to pull the pin?
Sounds good.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Matt.
Yeah, so my name is Matthew Clanton. I'm the founder and CEO of Project Valor. It's a nationwide veterans initiative where we help active duty and veteran service members, right? Active duty service members and veterans with the home buying process or home selling process. Anywhere in the nation, we can assist. One of the biggest ways that we assist is making sure that the realtors that we are connecting our clients with are knowledgeable in the VA home loan, that they have the best interest of the family and the veteran's family at heart. Because we know how many times, Jim and Mike, have we encountered somebody who says thank you for your service, reaches out their hand, but you know deep down they don't mean it. They're just going through the motions, right? Happens more times than not. So I wanted to put together something that really truly took care of our brothers and sisters. And I think that's something that when I was in the Corps as an active duty Marine, I realized, because I was a realtor at the same time, and I realized, hey, one, they don't teach us anything about VA loans. No one's teaching us.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then two, every time I would talk to my friends, it was like, hey man, can you find me a realtor in whatever state? So sure, I started doing that a lot. And then when I finished up my time in the Marine Corps, I decided to keep on going with real estate. And now I'm a realtor. I hold my license as a real estate agent in California.
Okay.
And I'm a lender. I'm a mortgage broker in North Carolina and California. So I can do home loans in either state. And Project Valor is something that I guess allowed me to continue to serve on a more local level, right? Instead of global.
Okay.
And, we always want to feel like we have a sense of purpose. So that's my purpose.
How long have you had Project Valor going?
You know what? We started Project Valor officially last August.
Wow, during COVID.
August, and we've helped 137 families as of today.
Wow, good job, man.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right. So are you connected with realtors in every state, or is it like you might not be in Idaho now, but if somebody calls you from Idaho, you'll get them linked up with a realtor? Yeah,
good question. You know what? It took a little bit of time to build the circle. Right now, I think I have a pretty good handle on who my go-to realtors are in every state. But again, if I'm going to help you guys, I'm going to find you a realtor who's, depending on where you're at, I'm going to find you a realtor who's very, very localized, right? That understands that market. So whereas I might have a realtor in Colorado Springs, Colorado, I might not have a great one in Denver yet. So, states are huge. Texas is one of our hot spots.
Yeah.
So, I've got some great realtors in Texas, but I could probably meet about 10,000 other ones. It's a lot of time on the phone. It's a lot of time interviewing agents, because one of the biggest things, you might have heard of Homes for Heroes.
Yeah.
So Homes for Heroes is a very similar program, right? They pair you with a real estate agent. Here's the problem with, and I'm never going to bash a company. I think they do great things for our veterans. Here's the deal. I don't want to sacrifice the integrity of what we're doing at Project Valor by allowing realtors to pay their way into the program. And that's what some of these other programs do. So these realtors, they can't do that with us. They have to go through the rigmarole with me, the gauntlet, and answer all my questions, make sure, and it doesn't change. Like, I've given 7 deals to a realtor in Texas, in Round Rock, Texas. His name's Greg. Greg has interviewed with me every single time, because one of the things I learned on recruiting duty back in the Marine Corps in 2012 was, statistically, someone's life changes in a drastic way every 90 days. So I don't know if Greg's wife told him she wanted a divorce the night before. I don't know if his child died. I don't know I don't know what's going on in Greg's life.
Right.
So I can't have a clear mind and a clear heart connecting you, Mike, or you, Jim, with Greg, if I didn't have a good conversation with him right before I connected y'all. I
Right.
want to make sure his heart's in the right place. I want to make sure his mind's still in the right place. And that's how I protect the integrity of Project Valor. And then I think the coolest thing of it is on the back side of the transaction, because of what we do up front with our negotiating, we offer money to you guys at close of escrow to help with closing costs. And
Okay.
that's a simply thank you for your service from us.
Okay. That's good. It's real good. Man, I appreciate that, man. Taking care of
Yeah,
vets. Taking care of vets. I like that.
it's a lot of fun. It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we forget, Matt, how do people connect to you?
I was about to ask if we got a website or something.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
So you can go to www.projectvalor.org. O-R-G. You can find us there on the web. You can find us at Project Valor on Facebook. You can look us up on Instagram at Project Valor VA. And that's really the best three ways to connect with us. So my social media presence isn't absolutely astonishing yet, just because I'm bad at it. But you know what? It's fun, and we're getting there. You know, one foot in front of the other one.
Hey, we've been doing this for a little while, and we're bad at it too. So
Hey, you know what? You got to fail forward, right? You just keep going.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's it. What are we talking about again? Sorry. So let me ask you. I normally I have some generic questions I ask when first time on the show, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of I like what you're doing out there.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
like, how long is the process if you're connected with a vet? Okay, let's just hypothetically, it's me. So
Mhm.
how long is the process from start to finish? I know it may vary depending on where you are and things, but on average.
Yeah, so that's a good question, Mike. It really depends on you, right? So the first thing, if you were to come to me or come to me off my website, if you go to my website, you'll see there's a little box where you can drop your information. If you do that and you come to me and you're unrepresented on the lender side and the realtor side, then obviously I have partnered with the top 1% of lenders in the nation. She's a great friend of mine, Jennifer Beeston. She's with Guaranteed Rate. You can YouTube her. You can Google her. She has, fun fact, she's number like 45 out of all loan officers in the nation.
Wow.
So whenever I try to provide excellent value to you guys, I go all out. So Jen's a personal friend. She's a great referral partner of mine. And she, unless I'm licensed in that state or something, then I will connect you with Jen. Jen's team will get you completely pre-approved and ready to buy. Then her team will kick you back over to me, and they'll say, "Hey, Matt, here's Mike James. He's an Army veteran. Here's a little bit about him," and they'll connect us via email. Or they'll say, "Hey, Matt, you know Mike already. You referred him to us. He's completely pre-approved, ready to shop." Now then, I tell you, "Hey, Mike, I already know your situation because we already spoke. Let me get to work for you." Or, maybe you just got kicked over from Jen's team and I have never met you before. Then I say, "Hey, Mike, let's jump on a quick phone call because I want to understand your situation, your goals involving real estate." We spend about 20, 30 minutes on the phone together. I feel like I've got a good idea of who you are, your needs, your temperament. I want to know what kind of dog you have, because no kidding, I connected a client that had the same dog as the realtor, and they hit it off. Like, people get along well and they work well with people they like, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I try to do to make it the most pleasurable experience for you. And normally it's 24 to 48 hours is what my turnaround is, unless I already know a realtor in that area and I can just call them up real quick.
Right.
But I want to make sure that I'm not rushing the process.
Yep. Okay. All right. So let me ask you this. You know how some of us as vets are, their credit score might not be that good. So what would you have to say? What kind of advice you have for the vets out there who might have like not so good credit score?
Yeah, I just filmed a video today. I'm going to drop it about debt to income. And really, that's the biggest thing. I guess there's a lot of things that kind of factor in the credit score, right? One of the main ones that I see is late payments, right? Just stay on top of your payments. If we all have these, right? We all have these. I don't know if it's an iPhone or a Droid or whatever you have, but I'm fairly certain, unless it's like a flip phone, you have the ability to set an alarm or an alert, something. take a look one day, sit down with all your bills and look at when they're due and just plug them in. Boop, boop, boop. Remind me at this time every single month, a recurring reminder to pay my bills. 9 times out of 10, that's what I see. You have lates in the last 12 months. So take a look at that. And then maybe just look at your debt, your credit utilization. We see that a lot too. People are spending too much money on their credit cards. If you have a $10,000 limit, we don't want to see anything above about 3,000 utilization on that. Because when you start getting up to 5,000, 7,000, you're pushing 50%, 70%, whatever utilization. We don't care about your total debt that much as lenders. We care about your monthly obligations, like your minimum monthly credit card payment, your monthly car payment, your child support, your alimony. We care about all these things. But the creditors themselves, the bureaus, they care about your total utilization. So if you're anything above 30, you're going to start seeing them FICO scores, ding, boy, they're coming down, and they start dropping on you. And that's really what hurts a lot of veterans. Being in a credit card debt when they're making that transition, right? They're getting out of the military, trying to start getting on their feet, whatever. So just pay attention to that. It's not a bad idea to pick up, 2 or 3 credit cards over an extended period of time, and to keep and spread load it, right? Put some on this one, make sure you're paying them off and stuff. So really, that's the biggest things.
Mike just got worried about child support. he got it.
Oh, they count that? Waiting on the DNA, man. Waiting on the DNA.
Yeah, only for the ones you get the DNA proof.
Yeah. All right. You have anything for him, Jim?
Oh, and I want to hear some more about what his service, man. He's, he's in service right now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I want to know what he did in the Marine Corps.
Oh, man. So I was an engineer. I played with heavy equipment. I got to play with explosives. I got to, man, I've done almost anything you could think of. I mean, I had.
How long were you in?
I did 14 years total time in service.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So it was a time. I did Fallujah a couple times back in the day. Met a lot of good people and met a lot of bad people.
Yeah.
And you really find your circle. The longer you stay in, the longer you have time to figure out who's your people. And I found out who's my people.
So were you a combat engineer?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Sick. You want sick guys? Got it. Okay.
So I want to ask you a question, because I think it's pretty awesome what you're doing for the veterans and transitioning. And this is one of my concerns, because what we do here is we try to reach out to a lot of veterans that transition, and they don't transition very well. You apparently have done that. So is there something you've done, or is it just something within you, or how do you see that transition? Because even 14 years is a lot of time to get back into the real world, or what we call the real world. Was there any advice you can give, or anything you did?
You know what? I didn't let the Marine Corps consume me. I made sure that I still maintained a life outside the Corps, and I know that goes against the Corps, right? You live, eat, sleep, crap in the Marine Corps, right? But
that's like bleeping out a curse here, right? Should we bleep that part?
In case there's probably kiddos watching. But yeah, I always had something going on the side. I was a tattoo artist. My wife had businesses. I had businesses. We just always were up to something. I maintained my focus on my family. That was my main priority. And I went against everything the Marine Corps preached to me when they say mission first, this, that, and other. I get it, mission first, right? Well, I used to tell my troops all the time, the Marine Corps is going to divorce you one day, son.
That's right.
You're going to look your wife in the eyes and tell her why you chose the Marine Corps over her every day? How's that conversation going to go? Because she's still going to be there. Your children that are now adults are still going to be there, and they're going to be looking at you like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
So I didn't lose focus on that. I didn't lose sight of that thing. And it really helped, because the longer I stayed in, the more civilian friends I made, right? And I swear to God, we learn in the military, you live and die by your circle. You live and die by your team. I made sure that I maintained that balance really well, and I don't take all the credit for that. My wife kept me grounded. My friends kept me grounded. and I just met some really successful people that wanted to see me do well. That's it, you know?
Yeah, but that's awesome. That's something I think most of these people going in, most of these young soldiers and Marines and seamen going in need to hear that stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Maintain your life, right?
Yeah.
Be you. Be you. Don't lose your originality, you know?
Mm. Don't let the military, I was about to say Marines or any military, don't let it define you. You know what I mean? Yeah, I
right?
think like you said, don't let it consume you. Same thing,
That's
but
it.
yeah.
That's it. You have to be yourself, at
Yep.
all times. And we all have a mission. We all go out and we learn our jobs and we do the mission and we execute it. But when I was still a Marine when I took my uniform off, but
Mhm.
I was also Matt. I
Yeah.
had my own life. I had my own goals and dreams, and I didn't put the Marine Corps' goals and dreams above my own because
Right.
you have to remember that they're going to be gone at some
Okay.
point.
Yeah, that's interesting because I think a lot of veterans do that. I
Yeah.
Yeah.
think that's what I hear a lot when people get out. Myself included. I got out like I didn't even know what I was going to do with myself
Mhm.
because everything I had was wrapped into the military, and honestly, they crushed my dreams in the military. So it was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think starting to whenever you instead of making a clean break, one of the things I did was I got my real estate license a couple of years before I got out. And it helped me because I was practicing real estate while I was an active duty Marine. So I would leave work. I'd be like, hey boss, I gotta roll out of here. I gotta show some houses. So I would leave and go show houses, and then maybe I would call him in the morning and be like, hey man, like I'm gonna be in a little bit late. I gotta show a house this morning or something, and it helped make it not such a like break. It was just kind of more of a mesh,
Mm.
I got out. It was easy because I already had this other career that was pretty successful in Southern California, and real estate in Southern California is pretty good right now all the time. So, except in like '08, but for the most part, I think that's it. Just make sure that you're working on your goals and dreams and you're doing it while you're in, because then it makes it easy. At some point you're like, okay, cool. I feel comfortable getting out. And
Mm.
that's where I was at. I re-enlisted, and I don't know how many years you guys did, but I re-enlisted my first time in Fallujah because it was tax-free bonus, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It was easy money. It was tax-free. I was like, man, I'm getting out. Screw this. I'm getting out. I'm so done with the Marine Corps. Like my whole first 4 years. And then the last like 6 months, they're like, hey, we'll give you a tax-free bonus because you're over here in Fallujah. I'm like, yep, let's do it.
Yeah.
I was in there signing in Fallujah, like, let's do this. And then I came home from Fallujah for like 3 months, and I went back to Fallujah. and then they hit me for recruiting duty. So I went on recruiting in 2012. I joined in 2005. And then I went on recruiting in 2012. And I was like, screw this, I'm getting out, man. Recruiting is the worst thing in the whole world. I can't wait to get out. What I do, yes, sir, I stayed right in for another 4 years on recruiting duty while I was complaining about it. I was like, yep, re-enlist, because I didn't have a plan.
Ah, yeah. That's
I had
it.
all these ideas, but I hadn't put anything into play. So that's whenever I realized, like, okay, I had a successful tour on recruiting duty. They pushed me out back to Southern California to do another tour, and that's when I realized, like, hey, I gotta stop dreaming. I gotta start executing. So I went out and got my real estate license and started building that business. And by the time it come time to reenlist again, put in a reenlistment package just to keep my options open. But I pretty much knew what I was gonna do. And sure enough, it came back approved, and I said, "Nah, guys, I'm out. I'm done. I'm out of here." So here I am.
Yeah.
Now I live in North Carolina.
Yeah. What year did you get out?
2018, October.
Oh, 3 years ago. Okay.
Man,
That's a short period, but let me ask you a question. You deal with vets and you said some active duty, but are you around the military at all?
Yeah, you know what? One of the things about Project Valor that I love the most is it gets me out with the troops, right? So I just spoke here recently at 2MEF headquarters at Camp Lejeune. They let me come in and speak about the VA home loan and teach about it. I give about an
Nice.
hour and a half class.
Nice.
And then I open up the floor for questions, and I make sure that I answer every single question before we get out of there. I've got some other units want me to come out to Lejeune. I have regiment at Paris Island. I'm going to go down and talk, and got some other places. I'm working on Fort Meade up in Maryland right now, and some other spots that I'm going to get out to. So if anybody can help me get on bases, let's do it.
I hear you. That's good, man.
Well,
That's
hey,
good.
this could work hand in hand because we're trying to connect to veterans, so maybe we can all work together.
Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you're doing excellent work out there, man. I thought we were doing good, but okay, you just, man.
Hey, you know what?
That's it. I'm out of here, man.
I told you were doing good, Mike.
I said I thought we were doing good. Leave me alone.
I do all the thinking around here. That's why. That's exactly why.
But no, that's excellent work, man. Excellent work.
You.
And I'm sure you hear it all the time, but I appreciate what you're doing for the vets out there.
I appreciate it, Mike. Thank you so much.
All right, let me ask you this. You've been out for 3 years, and just before we wrap this up, I want to ask you one last question. Comparing the military, mainly Marines, let's say, from today to when you were in, do you see a big difference?
Oh man.
Yeah, I put you on the spot now.
Oh man, you know what? I think the military. If I was to put on the blinders, right, and not listen to the media, because the media it's propaganda, right? So
wow,
we won't go down that rabbit hole. But
we do almost every episode. We have to. It's just crazy.
Someone says it every show.
Man,
I tell you.
Look, if I ignore all that, I believe that America is still training the world's best fighting forces. I truly believe that, because I think that they have perfected the system, right? I think that they have done a good job with the system. I see little kids go into boot camp, and maybe they don't come out of boot camp like this polished warrior, but they have the foundation, right? They have the foundation. Because it starts here and here, right? So I think the follow-on training, I think the everything, the indoctrination that the military does to make you believe that like it's this well-oiled machine and that is the end-all be-all and all this, you don't want me going down that rabbit hole. But still, I think that they do a really good job, and I feel confident in their ability to get the job done. Even though I hear crazy stuff about stress cards and like if you show me a stress card, I would eat it out of your hand. You ain't gonna hold a stress card up to me. If I was a drill instructor, I would eat it physically.
That's the first time somebody's come on here, and it had to be a Marine that said that he would eat the card. Okay.
Well, they eat crayons, so cards are not like far-fetched. So.
I got some right here.
Don't do it, man.
So you talked about some of the media stuff. Mike's favorite question is about putting you on a spot with the world today and society and things like that. So you want to ask him what he would do, Mike? I know you want to tell him. So
with everything going on in the world today, let's keep it with our country in America today.
Oh man!
If you were king for a day, what is the one thing you would change?
I would shut down all the McDonald's.
That's it. I'm out of here.
Hey,
King, what's for dinner then?
That's a good question. Our king for a day, man. I would defund the media.
Ooh. Wow.
Because I think if you really think about it, I think that if we were to shut the media down, all right.
That's deep, man. That's
back
deep.
in the 70s, the CIA did this study, right, where they took applicants, or they took whatever subjects.
Mm-hmm.
They put them in a controlled environment where they controlled all of the media and all of the information that they took in, and they did it for 90 days. I think it was 90 days. Don't quote me on any of this, but I'm pretty sure. I just don't remember the fine details. They took sound individuals, right? They were sane, and they knew the truth. It only took them 90 days to completely alter what they believed is reality through media. if we as the American people have been under that for over a year now, we're doomed. Because the people who have been eating that media up, sitting in front of that TV, they believe it. So all these people that are saying they won't come take guns, they won't give up their guns, they won't, they'll do this, they'll do that, they won't do this. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. And that is the scariest part of it is we're consuming this through TV, through social media. Our kids are getting it on TikTok and like all these different apps. And I think if we were to think about this for a second too, all right, if you didn't have a TV or a radio, would you be concerned about coronavirus?
I wouldn't even know about it.
Yeah.
Right. So is it that your fear and your paranoia? You're alive, you're healthy, you're talking to me today. Is it, clearly you're okay. So
Right.
what if we didn't have it? What if we got rid of it for a while and just see how we act? Let's put the race war into it. The race, the divide. What if we didn't have the media calling you black and me white? How much would that affect us? What if we didn't have that at all? Not to say that we don't deserve information.
Right.
But just the divide that subconscious wording has on us.
Yeah,
Right?
it's another topic.
So get rid of the media for a while and just see how we end up, man. I would venture to believe that a lot of the BS that we're dealing with and thinking about and worrying about and stress would go away.
Yeah.
You
And
know
people
what's
would just live their lives.
You know what's interesting about that too? I like to think of, back in the days when I was growing up and media wasn't as present, and like serial killers, like those were stories. You know what I mean? And those were like interesting stories. Like now we know everything. We really don't have interesting stories. We just got a bunch of lies.
Yeah.
So I kind of miss that. You just don't know because there's so much information now. It's just now you got to tell what's true and what's not. But I like the stories of,
Ain't that the truth, man? I was looking at scrolling through my feed a minute ago for a few minutes, and I follow this page. It's called like Atlas or something. I forget what it's called. Either way, it was showing me like an attack on a compound in Afghanistan or Syria. I think it was Syria actually. And dude, it just happened like just a little bit ago. And I'm like, bro, I shouldn't be knowing every single detail of this attack on this compound in Syria like right now.
Yeah.
Like 2 hours from when it happened. Like, I don't need to know that because I start thinking like, oh hell, ISIS is back. Like I don't know. I don't need to be knowing that, man. It stresses me out. So I don't know. Defund the media, man.
Yeah, that's a
double-edged
good
sword
one.
for sure.
Yeah. Then everything will be word of mouth. We have to talk to each other.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Get it straight from the horse's mouth.
Yep. I like that. I don't have to go to the media to hear what Matt said or Jim said. Well, I only care about what Matt says, not Jim.
Right.
But
and that's one horse over there I don't want to talk to.
Hey, I'm digging Jim's Jimbotron. I'm digging the booty cat, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's my thing. I said I got to have a thing,
Yeah.
That's my thing.
It's that and Star Wars. I see.
Yeah, that's my thing too. I got a couple things. And my replica thing over here.
Yeah, replica.
Yeah. I'm assuming you have one of those replicas, right? Oh, cool.
That's not a replica.
Yeah,
That's a cigarette lighter.
Oh, a cigarette lighter. Oh, cigarette lighter. Got it. We got it. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
Just in case.
We're not keeping any lists here, so.
Right.
Yeah. So, Mike, show them yours.
So what?
Mike, show them yours.
Oh, here's mine.
Oh, hold on.
I don't
very
have
particular.
one.
He's like.
I have so many that I don't know which one to show you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
all
all I
right,
got.
Mike.
That's all I got.
I just had to call him out for a moment. Always
Oh
in front
yeah.
of the Marines, right? The Navy, I'll let him slide because
Uh, hey, so you ready to pull the pin?
yeah. So this part we probably didn't tell you about earlier, but you kind of got the gist of it anyway. You probably already did it during the show, but we still
Yeah.
give you the opportunity at the end of the show. Our namesake was pull the pin already. It's designed basically just to pull the pin on something we just want to toss and get rid of for good. So this is the opportunity where we let you get to pick something to pull the pin on. It could be complete anything we didn't talk about.
Oh
I know
man.
you already mentioned the media, so you can either tag on that or just go off the rails and pick something.
Oh man. Okay, cool. I got something, man.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it isn't crazy. It's not about media or divide or anything like that. It's about scotch. All right. I like scotch. You see, there's a bottle of scotch right there.
Looks
Oh
That's
like a
yeah.
replica.
that's there's a bottle of scotch down right there. And then if I turn around, I got some scotch over here.
Good
Okay.
So
decorations, right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm a scotch guy. What kind of drinks do you guys like? I don't do a whole lot of it, but that scotch right there is a little rare. They don't make it anymore.
I
So
don't drink. Mike couldn't handle it.
No, I'm no. Wow, that looks good. Dip your shoulder down. Nah,
He's
I
like,
dabble in a little American honey, and that's about it.
got you. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like these single malt Scotch whiskeys. Let's see.
Uh-huh.
I got Glenfiddich 15 over there, and Glendronach 12, and
I'm not sure if he's pulling the pin or if he's just gonna pull the cap off. And
hey, you know what? Hey, Scotch.
Yeah,
enough
we-
said, right?
hey, Jim, we gotta have him on have him on every week so we can do a Scotch of the week. You know?
Yeah, right. Well, like I said, Matt, you're going to be on our list anyway, so you can join us
Cool.
every. Well, I don't want to give the dates because that's it. We do a war room every week. You can join us for those, and you're welcome to come back
Very
any
good.
other episode. We really appreciate you coming out. We appreciate
Yeah.
what you're doing for the veterans, and
Thanks, Jim. Thanks,
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
yeah. So, anything you want to say? Parting? I know Scotch is just
Scotch.
there. You go. Awesome. All right, so thank you, Matt. Thank you guys out there for watching. Thanks for joining us. PullThePinAlready.com. Come join us. Get your friends involved. It's a lot of fun if you can see. If not, we'll hunt you down because now we got Matt on our team. And until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.